I used to be an Aikido teacher, and to me, Aikido, unlike many other martial arts, is the art of peace. I was discovering through my body the laws and the principles of nonviolence, and that was my personal introduction to the idea of nonviolence. I was educated, like many people I know, to be violent with myself and sometimes with others, and Aikido was a major paradigm shift in my own inner experience. And the teachings of Aikido, the idea was to bring out into life whatever we practice with the body on the mat. So this bridge was the essence of the practice. And then after a number of years of practice and teaching, I had a degree of inner frustration. And then one day in the year 2000, when I came across completely by chance Marshall's book, the big question I had, why is there the gap between my practice and Aikido practice and what really happens in connection with people? My instant reaction then was to say, non-violent communication is verbal Aikido, and that is still my experience.
So 5 or 6 years ago,
j'ai animé un premier stage avec Salim.
I did a first workshop with Salim.
J'ai compris la puissance de ça.
Immediately understood the power of the process.
Ça permettait aux personnes de voir qu'elles pouvaient sortir d'être victimes.
It allowed people, it enabled them to see that from a state of victim,
et qu'elles pouvaient être en lien avec leur puissance.
They could be connected to their power.
Autrement que par les injures ou les coups.
In other ways than through violence against other people.
Yes. Je commence d'abord par faire l'aïkido pour que les personnes se mettent en lien avec ce lieu-là.
Since then, I use Aikido so that people can connect with this place, identify the one point, and then only experience Invci and the process and what it can bring to them. In Invci, there are 4 ways of receiving a message. When I receive a negative message or a message that I perceive as being negative, the first choice I have is to take it against me. If someone says to me, "You're really an idiot," one thing I can do is to agree with that. The second thing I can do is to react and say, "How about you?" Then I start a fight. These are what I call habitual ways of dealing with problems or messages.
You push me here.
Qui me pousse de cette façon-là.
Not too strong, but you push me to move my honesty. So this is what happens. This is a law, physical law. When I know this is going to happen, my habitual reaction, it's a reaction of the human brain, which is the conditioning to have a flight or fight response. So when I resist this,
donc si je suis dans la résistance,
nothing changes.
Si je passe à la manière de faire qui serait proche de l'aïkido,
if I want to be more in line with Aikido practice, if I anchor, I will try and see what is happening inside me. I will take the message of the other person and see what is happening inside me when I receive this message.
So first my partner will help me by very gently to feel the space, and it's a place where I'm feeling a bit more stable. So that helps me to connect to this place. Pressure here helps me to be more grounded. Now to this groundedness I add, groundedness is a point called the 1 point. And keeping that in mind, keeping my awareness here, I remove all resistance from my consciousness. I merely accept this energy. This is a symbol of any external stimulus, whether it's words or physical stimulus. Rather than fight against, I transform it by removing all my resistance and by trusting the space. So I put my 2 hands here, very lightly touching my partner. Our eyes are looking forwards. And now I imagine, instead of the Taj Mahal, which I invited you to breathe out to, I extend my energy, my ki, through my fingertips, through his 2 elbows, to his shoulders, and to the ceiling, fully to my partner. My partner pushes more and more and more.
Et mon partenaire me pousse de plus en plus fort.
And I just observe.
Et j'observe ce qui se passe.
Observe what's happening within myself. I'd like to invite you all to taste this space within yourselves.
Did you feel it? Yeah, but Yeah.
And I felt proposing it really
La quatrième manière que j'ai de faire,
fourth way of listening to a message
c'est d'accueillir l'autre.
is to welcome and accept, include the other person and accept what's coming by going towards the other person. And at the same time stay anchored and connected to my need. And these are my needs that are at the one point.
To me, one of the most powerful lessons of non-violent communication, connecting to what Veronique has just expressed, is how can I be fully connected to myself and fully connected to my partner. Notice that in Aikido, we don't use the word opponent. Although in a dojo, he will come to me with a knife. I'm not going to do that yet, that's for more advanced practitioners. But I would like to say that knife attack is actually symbolic. He's a symbolic jackal, and Marshall Rosenberg tells me he's my best teacher. So no matter what the quality or the intensity of the attack is, he's my best teacher. So whether it's a knife or a simple handshake, the basic metaphor is the same. So when I'm connected with one point, I'm not resisting or reacting, but I'm also wanting to connect with him now. And I'm going to now imagine, rather than extending ki to the ceiling as we did in the previous exercise, I'm going to send my energy to his shoulder. Right now, Clayton, would you be willing to do that? And I will test you to see if you have that presence. And then extend your ki to me up to my shoulder. And when I test you, are you feeling stable?
Mostly.
Mostly. So when you lose that stability, you always come back to one of the two principles. Connection to myself, connection to me. That is a choice. Just stay with the quality of something you're experiencing right now and just look into my eyes. 100% presence to yourself by being centered, 100% present to me. Feel the stability. Now observe what happens. Think of something you did yesterday. I test you. Body moves. It's a test I really, really love.
Et donc je vais pouvoir dire à l'autre,
and I'll be able to say to the other person,
quand tu me dis je suis une abrutie,
when you say I'm stupid,
est-ce que tu es un peu énervé?
are you kind of angry?
Et tu aimerais que la communication soit plus simple entre nous?
And you would like communication to be more simple between us?
On parle.
Would you like to discuss about it?
When Marshall defines the word empathy, he defines it as above all a quality of presence. I'd like you to experiment the field of your full presence to another human being.
Wait, I do not understand what he said.
The whole idea is there's meant to be a line of energy between you and me.
It's tough to stay with it like this.
I'm trying really hard to be connected with me here.
While you're pushing.
No, and at the same time as I'm being connected with you as well. And I'm finding it quite difficult to maintain the two. I find it quite easy to stay connected with me, or I find it easy to stay connected with you.
Wonderful. Okay, now keeping that same energy going forward, now you can look at me. Wonderful, that's the one. Now, see how long you can keep that going? And as long as I'm testing you, as soon as you cut that energy, your body will go back. Can you feel that? Think of something, anything. Just drop the energy at any point and see what happens. There, it's gone.
I actually think the most telling thing for me was the grip.
Yes.
That when I was squeezing really hard, I had a lot less strength. I was still coming from here.
If you are really present to somebody, you don't need to hold it tight.
Yeah.
It would be just like
If you hold hard, it indicates you're not completely relaxed. And relaxation is one of the basic principles of Aikido. Everything is done with relaxation. You need to let go, let go, let go. But the mind stays present. The body is relaxed, the mind is present.
Okay.
Okay.